Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We thought we'd do this little impromptu
Very impromptu.
YouTube video. It really is, because we just felt we should do it while things are very fresh with us.
What would that be, Pam?
What would it be? Fresh in our tiredness, because we've just been to see a film this afternoon with a few friends called
The Jesus Revolution.
Woo!
Excellent.
It was
Amazing.
so good. We would heartily recommend it.
But take a tissue with you, or two.
Yeah, or two. It really did impact us deeply. We haven't had time to process it and chat it through yet. We thought we'd share just what's happening at the minute with you. It's all about inclusion of people who wouldn't necessarily agree with us or agree with the way we live our lifestyle. It's just about including everybody. And
The way Jesus did.
yeah, and that's what was so touching about it, just to be reminded again how inclusive Jesus is of us all. Now, Arnold, you said you wanted us to sing a wee song. You were thinking of, we're not.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
we're not.
We heard
No.
our friend Noel Richards sing this on YouTube
Oh.
recently, and it really touched our hearts.
Yeah.
And it's a song we learned as children, but it's so relevant to what we were watching today.
Yeah.
It's called Jesus Loves Me. I'll sing a verse, shall we?
No, please, we need to get on and tell the story, because this is actually another installment of Lovable Rascals, because this is what it reminded us of. And years and years ago, God did a deep work in us about including others.
Especially younger generation.
And children. But also giving us a love for them. And this is probably why it impacted us so deeply today. But anyway, we wanted to tell you a story of one of our experiences. It's funny, but it's also very sad. We used to run a little cafe bar in a school building on a Sunday evening. As I think probably we've talked about it before, but it was just young people from the area around came in. Honestly, right, we don't need to go talking about them, because we just loved each of them. And they all came in and did some really bizarre things that you wouldn't usually find in church, because they would come to our church meetings as well. But really, our church meetings ended up like a cafe bar. Anyway, let's keep moving.
If you do see this film, you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah. We saw an advert for a church quite near us who had some people coming to talk about how they got healed of addiction to drugs. And we thought, we knew quite a few of our young people were on some stuff that we wouldn't choose to use. And we thought maybe this will be helpful for them to hear this from people who know what it's like to be on illegal drugs. Not saying they were on illegal drugs, but they were on some stuff. So we took them along this Sunday evening to this church, and we knew quite a few people there. Well, there's about 2 or 3 rows of us, and we were a bit late getting there. If any of you know what it's like rounding up some young people to take them a place. So of course we were sitting at the front in full view of everybody, some seats at right angles to the majority of the crowd that was there. And things happened. We tried to concentrate, but also keep an eye on our young people.
Crew.
And there was an offering that came around at one point, and it was one of those that's like a wee velvet bag on little wooden poles, if any of you remember that from church, or maybe still use something like that. And I looked to the left, and there was one of them sitting with this velvet bag on his head. Oh no!
Maybe that was his offering.
Oh,
That would have been good.
That's deep, Arnold. Whew. But we let that go. We just told them no, etc. Then, one by one, they started disappearing. They did say, we're going to the toilet. So one by one, they disappeared to the toilet. And then the meeting was progressing, and some good. By the time they got to the stories of guys free from drug addiction, we realised there's actually our guys that have gone out to the toilets
Haven't come back.
haven't come back. And this was the bit that we wanted them to hear. And we investigated, and this is so sad. It really, it's sad for us to think of it again, yet it is funny. Because they were being so disruptive, I mustn't roll my eyes too much, because they were seemed to be disruptive to the proceedings, they weren't allowed back in again. So, of course, they weren't standing at the door listening from the back, no. They were playing chicken on the dual carriageway outside. They could have been killed.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, do you know, at this point, when I realised what went on, my blood was boiling.
I can confirm that.
Not a sight we often see. Oh, my word. It was just the danger that it put them in. But what's so important about our churchiness, for want of a better word, that we can't include everybody. Oh, it really got to us.
We all need a little bit of disruption, as we discovered in the film today.
We certainly do.
Jesus disrupted.
He certainly did. We forget at times what a revolutionary he was.
He was.
We're far too people-pleasing in this country. I don't know about your country if you're from another one, but it's all this political correctness and we have to please everybody. And no, we just include everybody. That's where we stand. We include everybody. No.
That includes you.
Now Arnold's going to sing a verse off. Do you know he's not? So we'll leave you there. Okay, just a wee quick short one. Thought you'd appreciate that story. Another one of our Lovable Rascals stories. Bye for now.